Assalamu alaikum, my brothers. Today I'm making a video matchmaking UFC Fight Night Sean Strickland versus Hernandez. Usually I do not make these videos for fight nights, but I think it was pretty eventful. There's a lot of fights to make from this fight night. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Sean Strickland. Man, Sean Strickland, a lot of people forget this guy was a champ. This guy is not a regular fighter. He impressed. He really outdid himself. And this is his first finish in a really long time. I think his last one was against Abus in 2023 when he TKO'd him. But yeah, he really did a good job, really paced himself well, really kept Anthony Hernandez on the back foot, and I think he really proved himself. But I don't think he gets a title shot yet. I don't think he deserves a title shot at this very moment. He really did do a good job at stuffing Anthony Hernandez's takedowns. He really did a good job keeping him on the back foot as he usually does, keeping him on the defensive, with his jabs. I just think Khamzat is another animal. He's a whole different breed. I think if we do this fight now, it's gonna be predictable. It's gonna be Khamzat just lay and pray. I'm not gonna lie. It will be a lay and pray. I don't think he'll be able to submit Sean Strickland. I don't think that's the fight to make. I think we can hold off on this fight. If Sean Strickland waits a little bit and he gets a couple more fights, I think he just needs one more fight. But if he gets another fight and wins, I think he definitely deserves it. This is who I think Sean Strickland should face in his next fight. Kamaruddin Usman. Hear me out on this one, guys. I thought long and hard about this one. Usman's coming off of a Buckley win. He's rumored to fight Islam. So let's give him this instead. We do not want to see him fight Islam. They've already fought before. Ever since they've fought, these two fighters have taken completely different paths. Kamaru Usman became champ in welterweight. Could have become GOAT of the division over GSP until his loss to Leon Edwards. Sean Strickland, he was looking like he wasn't going to ever touch the title. Lost to Alex Pereira via vicious KO. And then he gets that title shot against Izzy, and he just shocks the world. This will be Sean Strickland's opportunity to avenge one of his early losses in the UFC. People forget about this fight that happened at welterweight when Sean Strickland used to be in welterweight, when he faced off against Kamaru Usman and lost. This would be interesting to see this again years after the first fight. We need more contenders in middleweight. We do not have enough good contenders in middleweight. Welterweight's a perfect place to pick a contender from. Usman, he's done his time in welterweight, and he's fought in middleweight before too, so move him up to middleweight. That'd be great. The current middleweight contenders, they've just had major halts. They've gotten good wins, but then they just lose right when they're so close to getting a title shot. Look at Kai Brahalo. He was undefeated, but then he loses to Imavov. Rainer de Ridder beat Bo Nickel, beat Robert Whittaker, and then when he faces Brendan Allen, he loses due to retirement. And now, same thing with Anthony Hernandez. He loses to Sean Strickland on the cusp of a title shot. We need to bring Usman in here, freshen the division up. Also prevents Islam versus Usman from happening, because again, we do not need to see that fight. Welterweight has too many good contenders. Kamaru has already faced Khamzat Chimaev. He already knows what it takes to beat Khamzat Chimaev. So if he wins, he is the closest person at this point to beating him. He's the closest that Khamzat has come to losing. He's the one person that can beat Khamzat. So we can bring him up into this division, get him some extra weight. The last fight was short notice. Maybe if there's enough time, he gets a full camp going, he can actually beat Khamzat Chimaev. And if Sean Strickland wins, if he beats Kamaru, he knows how to beat Khamzat now, because he beat this wrestler, and he beat the guy that Khamzat beat, so he's one step closer to beating Khamzat Chimaev himself. I think this is the fight to make. You'd have to get Kamaru to agree to move up, maybe make it an interim, make it for an interim belt to entice him. This is the fight to make, UFC. Make this fight. On to the next one. Anthony Hernandez. He did his best. You can't really fault him. He was doing what he's supposed to, but Sean Strickland is just that type of guy that just walks you down, where you just don't know how to react, because his jabs, his unorthodox fighting stance, and his unorthodox way of fighting is just so new to people. And we've seen this before with Israel Adesanya, how he just completely caught him off guard. But yeah, I think Anthony Hernandez should fight Kai Brahal. Give him Kai Brahal. They're both coming off of losses, and whoever wins is going to be contender, stacking wins to try to get a title shot. This would be solid. Kai Brahalo's only lost to Imavov. These are like 2 top tier guys, both in their prime. So yeah, I think this is the fight to make. On to the next one. Houston, we have a problem, and it's Medić. Pause. Uroš Medić. This guy has a 100% finish rate. He just came off of a massive, and I mean massive, KO over Geoff Neal. It is Geoff Neal. I don't know if his chin's cooked yet. We don't know if Geoff Neal is officially cooked, but he was the gatekeeper. He was the guy that people had to get past. This is the guy that Shavkat had to get past to get into the upper rankings. And he just knocks him out in round 1. This is Geoff Neal's third first round KO, and we would have to see in the future if his chin is cooked. We still don't know yet. We still don't know. But it was a solid win. I think Uroš Medić he's a shining beacon for the division. But yeah, this is who I think he should fight. Leon, don't let him bully Leon. This is a fight to make. He called him out. He got the first round KO, and this would be a good test for Leon Edwards' chin as well, because he's only been KO'd once by Carlos Prates, and we still don't know if that was just because of how powerful Carlos Prates is, or because Leon's chin is weakening. This would be a good fight to make. Good way to see if Uroš is top level contender status, or if he's just, up and coming right now. Yeah, I think this is the fight to make, man. And, you could do it in the summer, like what he said. But yeah, on to the next one. Geoff Neal, another first round KO. Sad to see, but it happens. I think he should take some time, maybe rest a little bit, but this is who I think he should face when he returns. I think Jacoby Smith would be a great opponent. Jacoby Smith, he's coming off of 3 good wins. He's undefeated, 12-0 right now. Win after win, 100% finish rate in the UFC. 3 KOs and 1 sub. I think we should get this guy up into the rankings. I think Geoff Neal would be a great fighter to face. Geoff Neal's a good gatekeeper of the division. So I think this would be a great fight. And again, it would test the chin of Geoff Neal. It's probably going to end early. Jacoby Smith has a 100% finish rate, so it's going to end either way. This is the fight to make. On to the next one. Melquizael Costa. First round KO with Dan Ige. Never been done before. You got to give him someone higher up in the rankings. You got to give him a good fight. This is who I think would make a good fight for Costa. Give him Josh Emmett. Josh Emmett is a KO artist. We've seen his KOs. We saw what he did to Bryce Mitchell. Had him seizing on the ground. It was very scary. This would be a great fight. These guys are both very entertaining. It'd be a slugfest. I know that Emmett is fighting in March, so maybe after March, whether he wins or loses, this would be a great fight to make. On to the next one. Dan Ige. Man, rough for Dan Ige. This is his first KO loss. I think this is what should happen, and we've talked about this before. Joe Anderson Brito. This is the guy to face him. These guys are both great fighters, well-rounded. Joe Anderson Brito, he's coming off of a win. But if you follow this channel, you already know, we've said this before. This would be good on the White House. It could also be its own fight night. It'd be great either way. And I know Dan Ige, this does happen in June. It would be a quick turnaround, but he's made quicker turnarounds before. It's very doable. Although he has been KO'd in the first round, I think if anyone could do it, Dan Ige could do it. This guy fought someone on like 4 hours notice. Dan Ige is the guy to do it. On to the next one. Sergei Spivac. He still got it. Heavyweight is the most cooked division. Jailton Almeida's gone. That kind of put a wrench in the division. It kind of messed things up. The whole thing with Tom Aspinall. It's very stagnant right now. But I think this fight that I'm proposing for heavyweight for Sergei would be very good. Sergey Pavlovich. Battle of the Sergeys. We need this. These guys haven't fought before. How? You'd think that they'd cross paths, but they haven't. This is the fight to make. They're both big sluggers. We got a polar bear and a Siberian bear. These guys are big guys, big Russian guys. You really want to see this fight. This is an entertaining fight. This is like an old, back in the Pride days, back in the old days. We had the big guys facing off against each other. We had Fedor Emelianenko and we had Kevin Randleman, and they're just punching each other. We had Don Fry, and he's just a marauder, and we gave each other CT for fun. This is that kind of fight. This is like a modern-day equivalent. Heavyweight, back when it was before, it was just the big guys fighting each other. These are like some of the biggest guys in the division. But yeah, this would be the fight to make, I think, for Sergei Spivac. On to the next one. Ante Delija. This is his second loss in a row. Last one was to Waldo. But yeah, I think this should be his next fight. I think he should face off against Talson Teixeira. Talson Teixeira, he's coming up. He's coming up the ladder. Since his loss to Derek Lewis, he's gotten a win against Tai Tuivasa. And some may say that, it wasn't the best win, but it was still a decent win, solid win to bring him up a little bit in the rankings. I think this would be a good fight. Be good to see if he's upper echelon tier. I think this is the fight to make. This would fix up heavyweight, patch it up a little bit. On to our final fighter, Michel Pereira. Did a pretty good job with his decision over Zachary Reese, but I think he should face Mansour Abdul Malik. This guy has 3 wins in the UFC. He's undefeated, 9-0, 100% finish rate. Well-rounded. He's gotten KOs, submissions. This fight is going to end early. Michel Pereira, he's going to be doing some backflips. In his third backflip, he's going to get caught and get knocked out. Maybe there's going to be, a flying armbar submission. You never know with these kind of fights. This would be a perfect prelim for a good event. But yeah, these are the fights that I think should be made from this event. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what fights you guys think should be made. But yeah, see you guys later.